John Homer and his girlfriend came back this morning to collect the rest of their possessions.
Some things are going into the storage, and we're just going to take what we can carry, I guess, to motel for now.
Homer had been living at J.C. Beamer Park for about 2.5 months before yesterday's fire ripped through the encampment. He was in his tent when the fire started and says he ran towards the nearby burning tents to make sure everyone was safe.
Walked down there and started yelling the person's name. There was nobody in there, and then the tent next to them started yelling their names, and a couple came out of there.
Homer is spending a few days in a motel room provided by the Aboriginal Health Center since the city evicted everyone living in the park after the fire, citing safety reasons. Homer says he wasn't surprised, as bylaw had been by the week before to warn everyone they would soon be evicted. On November 2nd, the city announced it would resume the enforcement of bylaws prohibiting camping in parks after a court challenge seeking a permanent injunction against dismantling encampments failed. Homer expects the Aboriginal Health Center will help find him a permanent home.
Looking pretty promising. She said we could probably look at a place tomorrow.
The eviction spawned a demonstration by the Hamilton Encampment Support Network that quickly escalated after protesters crossed a police line, leading to a physical confrontation and 2 arrests. Both people were released last night.
We did not actually use force on anybody that lived here, but unfortunately we did have to use force against 2 members of the activist group.
Inspector Frank Missione says Hamilton Police's Social Navigator program, which addresses health and social issues for vulnerable people, responded after the fire, and all 10 people living in the encampment left willingly.
Follow-up is being done by Social Navigator and City Housing today, and the attempts are being made now to get them into permanent housing.
The city says 6 people accepted housing offers in shelters and motels, and 3 had alternative arrangements. Missione says when police respond to encampments, the goal is not to just kick them out, saying they often encounter people with mental health and addictions issues.
Our goal is to make sure that services are offered and people are getting the help they need.
Neighbors have mixed views on the evictions.
They got nowhere to go, and they're already having a hard enough time as it is. I feel bad for them.
What about the neighbors and the neighborhood and the garbage and the defecating and urinating in the alleyways and the needles?
The city says outreach workers visited J.C. Beamer Park's encampment twice a week for the last 6 months. Since the start of the pandemic, 485 families experiencing homelessness have been housed, according to a city spokesperson. Authorities believe there are about 90 people spread across 20 encampments right now. On December 9th, Housing Services will present a report providing what the city calls a snapshot of the housing and homeless situation in Hamilton and plans for changes to the shelter system. Back to you.